Boom, 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 boom. Hello, 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 hello. This is Patricia. How are you? How are you? This is day 3 of Unleash You, Begin Again, and Finish Strong Challenge. How are you guys tonight? This Wednesday, kind of rainy, dreary night. I hope all is well. It is hump day as well. So happy hump day. Hope you had a successful day, a very productive day as well. So once again, my name is Patricia Wright. I'm the founder of JourneyToBestMe.com and all about helping women to unleash her, walk in her power and purpose, and create her extraordinary life by design. And like I say, this challenge, begin again, unleash you, begin again, and finish strong. And as I said on the previous days, whether you're beginning again or just now beginning, either way, what we've been discussing, sharing, it applies either way. And just a quick recap from yesterday, day 2, it was all about creating a powerful vision, or making sure you have a powerful vision. And as I said, to make sure a vision is powerful, one, it has to be your vision, your dream, what it is you want for your life. And like I said, I challenge you guys to review your vision, or if you haven't, take some time this week and create your vision, what you want for your life, making sure it's yours. But what makes it really powerful is a vision that you believe in. And as I said yesterday, just putting stuff on the board because it's cute, or someone else have it, or because someone else has it, or whatever, is really nothing but that. If you don't believe that you can accomplish everything, or everything is possible for you on that board, it's not going to happen. And the funny thing is, today, another lady that I follow, she did a live broadcast, talked about activate your vision, and she basically said the same thing that I shared last night about, in order to activate it or make it powerful vision, is a vision that you believe in. Because if you don't believe in your vision, it's not going to be one powerful, and it's not going to happen, because you have to truly believe with all your heart, no matter what, that everything that you have on there is possible for you, and that you will make it happen. And that is what makes a powerful vision. So I was like, yeah, okay, what I said resonated, because like I say, she just came on today and just reiterate what I said about creating a powerful vision for your life. So like I say, just cutting out and putting words, pictures, whatever on a vision board, if you don't believe in it, then it's not going to happen. And that's how you make a vision powerful for yourself. Believing in your vision, and as well as making sure that vision is yours. It's not what someone else wants for you, or someone said you should have, but it's a vision that you desire, your true heart's desire for yourself. So that was a quick recap. And like I say, if you have your vision board, if you created a vision board, take a picture of it, drop it in there. As I said, accountability is major when it comes to accomplishing your goals, your dreams. Talking about having an accountability partner, and that is which is going to be one of the things leading into our topic for tonight, is creating your success framework. And I know success, as I said, means different things, or people define success different ways, and rightfully so, because what success means to me may be different than what it means to you. But either way, what I'll be talking about, these components or tools or things that should be a part of the framework so that you can obtain that success, no matter how you define it, should be a part of your framework for success. So I call it the success framework, and having these components. And of course, as a mindset coach, you know what I'm about to say. The first thing is a daily mindset practice. And that is key and crucial, because if you've been following me or new to me, any and everything starts in the mind first. It all starts there first. So if you can't see it here, and that's why a book that's written years ago, the famous book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, but also taking it even back further than that, as the Bible say, as a man thinketh, so is he. So the mind, and as you've seen the quotes and so forth, what you think about or believe up here, then you can achieve it. And then also, If you can't go beyond what you hear, so you can put things here on your board, but if your mind haven't went beyond that already and expanded to that already, that makes it very difficult to accomplish it. So that's what I say, a daily mindset practice. And I've talked about my own mindset practice numerous times, but I just want to go back over it. And because you can have different components, you don't necessarily have to have all these components of your practice, but you do need a mindset practice, which should be a part of your success framework, because any and everything that you desire starts there first. And of course, one of the things is beliefs, because we have limiting beliefs. All of us pretty much have a limiting belief, or at least one limiting belief. So it's new belief statements, and it's beliefs that to replace any limiting ones. And of course, as an example, when it comes to money, or one of my beliefs that I say and I write out. Some people write them out every day. Some people, of course, I've memorized mine and unless I've come up with a new one, but mostly I've got it memorized. And so I go through my list of beliefs, and it's not just saying beliefs or saying words or affirmations, what you want to call them, beliefs, affirmations, or your mantra, but it's feelings that count here, because otherwise you're just going through routine and reading words, but it's the feelings and emotions. And that I've talked about, if you're going to be, your belief statements, when you say them, that is key, is bringing in all your feelings and emotions, truly feeling that, and keep repeating that repetition. That what helps to replace any limiting beliefs or eliminate any limiting beliefs when you do that on a daily basis. And that's why I say a daily mindset practice. So reading my beliefs, and like I say, one of the examples for money or income, I say my income increases rapidly, or money is here for me now. I am a money magnet. Money flows easily and effortlessly to me. But that is just some of the examples of my own beliefs. And like I say, you create your own beliefs, what feels right or to you and what makes sense to you. And you can, like I say, some people, I know my coach and mentor, she says she writes hers out every day. And writing, and of course we know the power of writing, journaling. It's very powerful, writing every day. And you've also heard people talk about a gratitude list. But that's one of the things, part of my daily mindset practice. So beliefs, but also even before I get out of bed, it's gratitude. It's being thankful and saying a prayer. That's just to get my mind right to start my day and to shift perspective and get me in the right frame of mind. And actually, ever since I've started doing this over several years ago, how I handle my day or encounter my day has changed drastically from before I started doing the practice. Because before I started doing the practice, of course, I was getting up, just jumping out of bed, running late almost pretty much every day when I worked in corporate America, and just at least little things, sometimes just setting off or whatever. But ever since I shifted and started this practice of going through giving gratitude, just thankful for things and people that I already have in my life, and then also thankful for what I desire to have in my life. You give thanks for what you desire, which is another thing. When I talked about comparison on day one, but it's actually just a side note here is, if you're desiring something, but your words are talking against that something, there's no way you're going to have that something. So in other words, start blessing what you see others have that you desire. So if you see someone with a nice car, nice home, clothes, or whatever, the money, success, or business, or whatever, and you desire those things, start blessing that person. Be happy for them. And that's why I say don't get caught up in the comparison that I talked about on Monday. But getting back, daily mindset practice, like I say, mine consists of, before I even get out of bed, I'm going through saying a prayer, as well as giving thanks for the things and or people that I have in my life, and also that I desire to have in my life as well. So I do that first. Then I get up out of bed. I go through my belief statements, like I say, and it's all about saying those with feelings. It's not just a constant this. Otherwise, you're just reading some statements. But it's going through and bringing all your emotions and feelings when you say your belief statements or mantra or affirmations, however you want to say it. And then it's focusing on outcome or outcome of a goal. Say you want to accomplish or lose X amount of weight, or you want to generate X amount of income, but focusing on that outcome, just visualizing it. And basically you can say creative visualization, visualizing nothing but that outcome. Don't focus on the how that I've talked about before. When you a goal or something, don't get caught up in the how. Be open to God bringing it in multiple ways, because he can make it happen, and it may not necessarily happen because sometimes we get so focused on how to accomplish something, and we're only looking at that one way of how, and then we miss it because it shows up in another form, but it's still the same end result. But we're so focused on how this should happen that we may sometimes miss the opportunity of it happening a different way. So don't get so focused on the how, but stay, like I said, I do that visualization of the outcome. So say, for instance, I wanted to lose 20 pounds by the end of this year, so December 31st. So what I would do is just go through and visualize what I will feel like, what I will look like, I'm 20 pounds lighter, or I may be, I step on the scale and I weigh 20 pounds less than when I first started the issue. And then it's like, okay, who is around me? What size do I wear? Or I may, visualize myself going to the store, purchasing a new item, new pair of pants or shirt, whatever that case may be. But you put as much details in that visualization, put yourself in it. And then the very last thing, and I learned this from my coach, mentor, Melissa Farr, a lot of times, and even when we pray, we don't take the time to be still and listen. And some people, you can call it meditation, but also just listening. And I've talked about my listening time, what I call my listening time. But the very last thing that I do is take a couple of minutes and just breathe, deep breaths, and just be still and listen. And your listening time, from learning from her, you could either ask a question. Say, for instance, you want that outcome. Say, for instance, you want to generate the X amount of dollars. You can ask, the question, what is the next inspired action to help me accomplish my goal? That may be a question. And then just be still and listen. Be quiet, be still and listen for any ideas, any inspired action. And that's the thing, when you start doing that, then, and also, but the other thing, when you do that, don't worry about if nothing comes up right then and there during that time. And this whole practice, like I say, and you decide how long and what components you want in your daily mindset practice. But the key is to having some of these components in that daily mindset practice, because your mindset is, you can think about it as a muscle that you have to work every day. Because like I say, we're filled with a lot of limiting beliefs, so we need to be working that, and that repetition helps us to get rid of the limiting beliefs and open us up so that we believe whatever our vision is more than possible for us, and we can make it happen. So you have to believe, and that's what makes that, as I said yesterday, make that vision powerful, a vision that you believe in. So doing a daily mindset practice, but not only that, it puts you in the right frame of mind to better handle your day. Like I said, before I started my own practice, my day was, it didn't take much. Of course, I'm already running and rushing and just frenzy and friends, and it wouldn't take much to get upset or give away my power or let someone take away my power because based on somebody doing something stupid or something, and allow them to, take my power or give my power away. But when I started my mindset practice, and the more you do it, it's better frame of mind, better way handle your day, start your day off on the right foot, and stay, throughout the day. So, but part of your success framework, because that's what we're talking about, is having a daily mindset practice. And then the other is accountability. As I said yesterday, it's very hard to try to hold oneself accountable all the time. And the reason I say this is because there's too many opportunities to say, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Or I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Instead of having someone, the accountability partner or accountability team, you decide how you want to set that up, but hold you accountable, or someone that you build a relationship with, that you trust, that you can share your goals with and work together in accomplishing them. And it's good. Actually, I got to get me a new accountability partner outside of my coach mentor. We used to meet every week. We had a call every Saturday, but we go through and it's like plan, what we want to accomplish that week, going through, and also if I could help her with anything as far as technical, because like I say, my background is in information technology, but just hashing out, and not only that, but hashing out each other's ideas to see, okay, maybe I had some input on her idea or what she was wanting to do or what she was struggling with, and say vice versa. But that accountability partner and having that person, and now you may see it as a mastermind partner or a business bestie if you're in a business bestie or whatever. But the whole point is still accountability partner, someone to hold you accountable, or you hold each other accountable in accomplishing your goals, your vision for your life. So that's the support. And whether that's a person, like I said, that individual, or you have a coach, a mentor, it could be whoever you deem that person to be or those persons to be, but accountability partner and support. And then also another part of your success framework is just investing in yourself. And I know when we say invest, the first thing comes to mind is money. But as I've said before, you have numerous resources. You have your time, you have knowledge, you have skills, that you can invest in you. You are at the top of the list, because I've talked about before where I've invested in others, of course, didn't get any return on my investment, or very little return, until I woke up and was like, wait a minute, what the heck am I doing? Let me put myself at the top of my list and invest in myself. So invest your time and resources. You've mapped out your vision, got your plan A that we talked about yesterday, which is your top 3 goals. Invest in those. What is it that you need? And part of investing is like if you're struggling with something, get the help that you need. And that help could be a coach. It could be a mentor. It could be maybe just going and purchasing a book on that particular subject area that will answer your question. Or it could be not even that. It could simply just be going to Google or YouTube and Googling on how to do such and such. That's investing your time and your energy into making your vision a reality. So it's not necessarily money, but let's get real. Yeah, at some point you will have to invest money, but that's not always the case. So, but invest in yourself, and it's constant, and you should have an investment plan for investing in making your dream a reality. So we talked about daily mindset practice. That should be number 1, because anything and everything starts there. Accountability partner, support team that helps you hold you accountable, as well as brainstorm. It's not just holding you accountable. Someone also that can help you brainstorm or come with new ideas or whatever. If you're struggling with something, maybe they can come up with an idea or something that you haven't thought of. So that accountability support team, and then investing in yourself. Those things should all be a part of your success framework. So like I said, no matter how you define success, those key elements should be a part of your success framework. And of course, taking action, and as well as inspired action. And I want to go back to where I talked about the listening time as being a part of the daily mindset practice. If you don't get anything during that time, just stay open, because like I said, I have my little black book that I write down all my ideas, because there's been times that, okay, I do it, I don't hear anything. But as I go throughout my day, then all of a sudden I'm getting ideas or inspiration, and I go and capture it and write it down. Of course, if I'm out and don't have my book with me, we all got smartphones, or I also carry a little notebook, notebook and pen, and write it down. But we all, I'm pretty sure, got a smartphone where you can capture notes, and then I come back and put it in my black book. Because inspiration, like I said before, I've had the inspiration for, you see, social media posts, blog posts, videos, all of that has come from me making sure that I have that dedicated time and capturing what comes up, whether it's at that point in time or as I go throughout my day. So it's capturing those ideas, and then also being open. I think I've shared this story before about, you know, ideas that you haven't acted on. And I talked about the one that I didn't act on, and that was back in, I think it was 2011, 2012. And I talked about, I got this idea about, I call it the shoe bag. And as ladies, you know, we have our cute, sexy, beautiful shoes, but they're not comfortable. You know, we normally wearing those out to weddings, parties, or whatever functions that we have to go to. And after maybe a couple of hours, you know, our feet start hurting. So we taking them off. Some of us seen people walking around barefoot or whatever. But I had came up with this idea called the shoe bag, where it was going to be a nice little polyurethane bag, this collapsible bag, that it had the little ballerina flats, collapsible ballerina flats that you can carry with you, so that when your feet start hurting, and it was going to be, you know, how the little bags or things that you can suck and they collapse and then they expand. But it was going to be that with the shoes in there, the little ballerina shoes, and then the bag where you can take your pretty shoes and put them in the bag and carry, instead of having to carry around your shoes or whatever. But I didn't take any action on that idea. I had that idea. I had talked with a couple of people, but I didn't act on it. And then a few years later, or actually last year, I think, I was on Facebook, I think in somebody's group or somebody that follows me, and I saw this lady, and I'm looking and I'm reading, I'm like, wait a minute, that's the same freaking idea that I had. But she acted on the idea, and she's now patent pending on the idea, but it was the same, pretty much the same idea, same concept. And I think she may have even called it something similar to what I had called mine, shoe bag. But I didn't act on that. And there was a reminder, it's like, okay, what ideas have you gotten that you haven't acted on? Because we get ideas all the time, but because of our own habits and our own limiting beliefs, or, you know, you may get an idea, or and the first thing come in your head is like, oh, nobody's want that, or I can't do that, or, you know, but those ideas are coming from the divine. So that's divine, you know, inspired action, inspired. So just think about it right now. What idea have you gotten that you haven't taken action on? And don't look, like I say, don't miss out, because for me, that's money missed out on, opportunity missed out on, because I didn't take action on that idea. And like I say, this young lady, she's taken action on it, put it in place, and then has a patent pending on it as well. So that's a lesson, a major lesson learned. And I want, you know, ask you that same question. What ideas that you've gotten, or inspiration that you've gotten, that you have not taken action on? And I'll challenge you to actually go back and start taking action. So just to learn from my mistake, because I didn't on that one. And so that's why I write down everything, because some ideas you get, basically, it's not something that you can implement right away, and you have to be the judge of that. Because like some things you get, it's not something that you can or implement right away. Maybe it's for a time that's coming up, but you got the idea now, but it may be for a time coming up. And then some ideas you implement, you don't even have to think about them. Just go do them. It's like, okay, you got it. You don't even think about it, because sometimes we overthink ourselves out of doing anything if we are not careful, because we get to analyzing. And the more we analyze, of course, I talked about the inner snake yesterday. So the more we sit there and think about it, of course, the inner snake comes slithering around, and with the negative and the limiting beliefs and the limiting fear, and the fear comes up, and we are talking ourselves out of taking action. So don't do that. But like I say, some ideas, you know, it's not an immediate, but it may be a week or two, or maybe a month from now. But you have to, you know, kind of decide that for yourself. But the key thing is to capture them, so you would always have them. Because if you're like me, with so much going on, if you don't write it down, you're gonna you'll miss it, or you forget about it, because something else comes up. But that's the whole key. And like I said, that your success framework. If this is making sense, and like I say, if you have a daily mindset practice, let me know what consists of your mindset practice. You know, if you're needing help with creating one or what should be in one, let me know. You know, if you have questions or comments, just let me know. But you should have, of course, like I say, as a mindset coach, you should have a daily mindset practice, not necessarily having all the components that I have in mind. And I say for mine, it takes about, and you can take as much time as you want. It's up to you. Sometimes it may be 30 minutes. Sometimes it may be a little less. And then sometimes it may be a little longer, just how much time, you know, if I'm disciplined enough about getting myself up early and taking that time to make it a little longer, you know, especially the visualization as well as the listening, making that time a little longer than normal. But as my coach and mentor, Melissa Farr, you know, she was like, she sets a timer, no more than 2 minutes for like the visualization, no more than 2 minutes for the listening time. So you decide what works for you. And like I said, could be short, could be long, but making sure that you have some of these elements in your daily mindset practice, making sure that you're investing, you know, not just your money, but everything, your energy. How's your energy, you know, and your vision? When you think about your vision, how's your energy? How are you showing up each day? Are you, you know, dragging or whatever? And I know you can be working on your vision as well as working a full-time job, working a part-time job, people doing it every day. Just look around, you get people doing it every day. And it's shifting your perspective. So if you know, I know it can be kind of hard. It's like, okay, I want to jump out here. I got my vision, whatever. But you dedicate some time. So if you work in a full-time job or part-time job, how are you showing up, or are you carving out time so that you can work on your vision as well? And it'd have to be maybe an hour or two per day, but you're carving out that time and you're doing that consistently so that you work on making your vision a reality. And that's where you got to be changing your habits. Okay, she said, yeah, need to stick to my daily mindset process. Yes, I agree with, because it starts there first. It starts there first. And so it's creating that process, sticking with it every day, building that mindset muscle, and increasing your belief in you and your desire, your vision, and taking the action, and also being open to that inspired action. Because as I said yesterday, you know, you see a lot of people out here about the hustling and grinding, but when you're open, tune in and turn in to yourself, and you do more, you practice that and be open to the ideas or the inspired action from the divine, the less headache that you would have, and the less going over here and going over there. And as I said, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing to make your vision a reality, because there are a lot of people doing a lot of different things. But that's why you have to be in tune and turned on with yourself, because if you've gotten an idea, even though it may seem a little crazy or a little out of the way, but if you've gotten that idea and you know you've gotten that idea from the divine and nobody else is doing this, and it's something, you know, then you need to do what you've been given. And even though everybody else over here is doing these things right here, but if you've gotten something totally different, because that totally different may be something that will set you apart and be unique from what everybody else is doing as well. And the other thing is, and it happened to me, I've gotten ideas, I've acted on ideas, and I didn't get any results, but I didn't let that stop me. And that same thing may happen to you. And I know even my own coach and mentor, she said the same thing happened to her. So at first she got ideas, she acted on them, she didn't get any results, but she didn't let that stop her. So it's just ask some questions and keep staying open and keep doing your practice. But don't let that stop you if you don't get the results, because eventually it will all work together and come together. And that is what I talked about on day one, is believing in a higher power. And of course, like for myself, that's God and his son, Jesus, and knowing that he is in complete control and he will work it together. And when you're building your relationship with him and building and nurturing your spirit as well, and that's part of what my daily mindset practice is, not just beliefs and listening, but also I do prayer as well, and the gratitude and that time, and even meditation sometimes, But that's all part of, okay, and nothing's wrong with that. Ishameen, there you had a great idea and got motivated because I've seen someone that is doing it, and that's great. Because if you and also you could take what someone else is doing and add your own flavor to it, and make it unique to you. Because you may add a new little twist to it, take what someone else is doing and add a little twist to it, and make it even greater than what this person doing as well. So nothing is wrong with that as well, so nothing is wrong with that at all. But yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so nothing is wrong with that. Like I say, adding your own little twist and make it even greater and fit for you and your audience as well, and run with it. So it's like, run with it. Yeah, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. I think that's another thing when I talked about, being on my own little island and being prayed, I call it the independent woman syndrome, of thinking I can do it all on my own, but all the while staying on my little island and struggling. And also when it comes to business and success, it's numerous people. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. When it comes to anything, actually, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just go and find someone who's already done it. Follow them, if their values are in line with your values and so forth, and just go and follow them. Do as much research as possible on that individual or those individuals, and see how they did it, and then think about, okay, how can I take this? They've already done it, but how can I take it and make it better, or how can I take it and improve it as well? So yeah, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So great, and I hope that add your little twist and make it even better. So I hope that works out for you as well. But all of those things that I'm talking about should be a part of your success framework. It's investing in yourself, daily mindset practice, because it starts there. Those components that I talked about not necessarily have to be yours. You create one for yourself. Wow, that is so crazy. And that may be the thing too, when it comes to your friends and family, because they have this picture of you, or have you in this box right here, and because they know you and they have a history with you, they may not believe what you're doing or your dream. But you can't let that stop you. But like you said, they saw somebody else do it. Now they're on board. But and the expectation is they should have been on board all along. But you can't let that stop you. So it's like, okay, y'all don't believe me. Okay, let me go to work. I'm going to show you. But I'm going to do this. But that's great. But sometimes we will encounter that. It's like, okay, since I know you and I've had these years with you, family and friends, I know you and I have you in this bubble over here. So it's a little hard that you stepped out, and I kind of talked about that yesterday, stepped out and you're doing something totally different that I'm not used to you doing. And it's like, it's kind of hard for me to see you doing that when you've never done that, or you never, it's totally different. And, and I know you over here in this little bubble. But the thing is, like I say, you can't allow that to stop you. And that also sometimes, not in your case, but in sometimes you may have to expand your circle. And that another part of your success framework is making sure you're surrounding yourself with positive, supportive people. And that may be, if you can't physically change your environment, virtually change your environment, or virtually connect with some people that success-minded, positive, supportive. If you can't physically, you're local, and you can't physically do that, but you want to stay, as Lisa Nichols, her favorite word is hook your caboose up to somebody, hook your caboose up to somebody else that maybe a few steps ahead of you or ahead of you, and that's also positive and supportive, so that it continue to lift you up. And inspire you to make your dream a reality. So, yeah, and sometimes we have to do that because, as let's say, I know when I first started my journey, It's lonely when your immediate circle, and I mentioned this yesterday, it's lonely when your immediate circle is not doing those things, or you're stepping out and do something totally different that you haven't done before, like pursue your dream, and they're really not, and or kind of settling for a life that, and you're no longer doing that. So it can be like you changed or you're changing and so forth. So, but you can't let that stop you. And we know we've encountered that. People will encounter that sometimes, but you can't let that stop you, because it's like I said, it's your life, it's your dream, and we only get one life. So it's like, we've seen the post, you're not here just to pay bills and die, work, pay bills and die. You want to live, and when you're pursuing your dream and your purpose, you get to do that. And you have an amazing life. Not only you're serving your God-given purpose, but also in the process, you get to live an amazing life, and you also get to live your dream, walking in your purpose. And as I mentioned, day one, his plans are even bigger than our plans, our vision. We have a vision, but when we put it in his hands, it becomes even bigger than we can even imagine. And I know that is just having that faith and that trust in him and in yourself, and taking that action and getting up and staying on track. And every day, like I say, you may fall off, you may have a moment where you have to put a pause on it, because life happens, stuff happens. But it's once creating your vision, knowing what you want for your life, and having a why, as I talked about in yesterday's video about creating a powerful vision, is also having a why. That why will keep you in the game, help you to get back up when you fall down, or when things going haywire or whatever. But your why, and it, like I say, your why is for you. Only you know what your why is. Your why could be a better future for your family, your children, legacy you want to leave, impact you want to leave, money you want to make, or things that you want to experience, or whatever your why is. It has to be strong to help you stay in the game, as I mentioned yesterday. But as I said, you're creating your success framework. Now, is there anything else that you think should be in your success framework? Because it's all about, in mindset. One, investing in yourself, surrounding yourself with success-minded, positive, supportive people, because you can't accomplish anything if you're around a bunch of negative people every single day. You just can't. And 9 times out of 10, you won't change them. They'll end up changing you back with all the negativity if you're not careful. So it's surrounding yourself with the positive, supportive people. Like I said, investing in your vision every day. How's your energy? Are you showing up for your vision? Once, like I say, believing in it, are you showing up for it? Are you taking action, some kind of action? And this is not busy work. Because let's face it, sometimes we can get caught up just being so busy, that that is awesome. And that's good, positive, supportive community to help you stay on track. Ask questions, get help, ask to get help if you're stuck or something, so that you keep moving. And they also keep you uplifted, and it's like, okay, keep you going towards your vision as well. So that is awesome to have that support. It's sometimes we get so busy doing things for the sake of doing things, but we're not productive. And you look up, and it's like, okay, I've had a real busy week, but at the end of the week, you're kind of questioning, what did I accomplish? Well, what did I accomplish? I didn't accomplish anything. And if you go back and look at it, most of probably what you did was a bunch of busy work, or work that, wasn't a priority, or better yet, somebody else could have done it for you. Or like I say, it wasn't work to move the needle on your vision. And that's the thing. But all of those things is a part of your success framework. That is, however you define success, those are the elements or tools that you should have in your framework each day. So like if you're struggling with something, who is my support team? Who is my accountability partner? Am I showing up? Am I investing in myself? Am I taking care of my mind, body, and spirit too? Because not just, we talked about mindset practice, but am I taking care of my body Because if you're going back to where I said all this hustling and grinding that you, excuse me, you see a lot of times on social media, but you're grinding yourself to dust. So you got to take care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of your body, and making sure that, okay, I can carry out this vision. I can enjoy my vision. I can enjoy when I make it a reality. I'm able to enjoy it. You know, I'm able to live it and enjoy it and not be sick or having problems with my body because I haven't been taking care of my body. So it's taking care of your mind, body, and spirit, a part of that too. So, in which most of that, you know, is eating healthier, drinking your water, some type of movement or exercise at least 3 times a week, to just help you, you know, stay upbeat and keep your energy raised for your vision. That's all part of, you know, having that high vibe energy for your vision, helping you to show up for your vision. So that's all part of investing in yourself. And like I said, it's not necessarily all about money. But then when it comes, you know, comes to money, are you investing in your vision? Do you have, you know, have set aside, or do you have a budget? It could be, you know, starting off a small budget, you know, as you continue to grow and build and develop, then you can increase that budget. But setting money aside for, like I say, to take some training or to invest in a coach or and maybe just to buy books, if books is your thing, to help you, you know, or whatever that may be, or to invest in a program. Cool. I like that. You go into the gym at lunchtime, that is great. You know, because getting that exercise, and, you know, all it takes a little simple research, or we've already heard the numerous benefits of exercise. Myself, I got to get back to 4 days a week for myself as well. But it's been so long since I've had a gym membership. My gym is at home. I'm working out at home. When I had a gym membership, they just took my money because I didn't have to go. So I said I wasn't going to spend that anymore, because if I wasn't going, I can just work out at home and have the discipline and work out at home. So, and that's what I do. But yeah, but each person is different. If you know, a lot of people I know don't have that working out or workout at home. So cool. But that's all part of creating your success framework. Are there any other, you know, questions about, or if there's anything else that you deem should be a part of your success framework? Because you want to have those key elements where that if you feel yourself waning or whatever, I want to be able to connect with my support group or my accountability partner. I want to be able to, you know, re-energize myself, invest in myself to re-energize myself. And that could be, you know, going to get a massage or whatever, to just taking a walk each day or something to re-energize or up my energy so that I can come back full throttle in investing in myself. Well, that's true. It saves you money. You get your exercise in, and you getting super fine in the process. And also, as we all know or should know as women, if you're in the plus size clothes cost more than what they call regular sizes. That's just industry standard. So yeah, you're right. It has a lot of benefits. Has a lot of benefits, as well as health reasons as well. So of course, health, keeping down high blood pressure, diabetes, and all that good stuff, and just making you feel good about yourself. So kudos for that, ma'am. Kudos for that. But that is what we want to talk about. Like I say, creating your success framework. Those key elements should be a part of your success framework. Are there any questions about anything that we've talked about over the last the past 3 days? So like I said, today was all about creating your success framework and what should be in it. Yesterday was how to create a powerful vision. And as I talked about, do you have a vision? Go back and review your vision. Because like I said, whether you're beginning again or whether you're beginning, you know, you got to have a vision. And your vision is one that It's your vision. It's what you want for your life, not what someone else says you should have, or what you or because someone else has it, but making sure it's your vision. But more importantly, do you believe in your vision? That is key and crucial, because as I said, if you don't believe in it, it's not going to happen. And as I said, it's so funny. I talked about that yesterday, and I got on this morning, and a lady that I follow, Cheryl, she was talking about activate your vision, and she was basically saying the same thing. Having a vision that you believe in. If you don't believe in it, it's not going to happen. Day one, I talked about just a recap of the days. Day one was all about letting go, especially if you're beginning again, if you've fallen off or whatever, or even if you're just beginning. It was about letting go and letting go of where you should be, and also going back, looking at your experiences, and even going forward. Every experience from now on, shift the perspective and ask the 3 questions of, what is the lesson to be learned in this experience? What is the opportunity in this experience? And then third is, how can I share this to help someone else? And I think asking those 3 questions, that put a shift so that you don't get caught up in that experience and stay in that experience, especially a bad one. So asking those 3 questions, I think that just shifts the perspective, so that, and it also makes you looking at the lesson, looking at the opportunity, and more importantly, how can you take this and share it so that you help someone else? That is key, and that is a major shift. And actually, I got that from my coach and mentor as well. You know, every experience now, asking those 3 questions. That makes a shift. And then also the other biggest thing that we talked about on day one was forgiveness. You know, forgiving others and forgiving yourself, and making sure forgiveness is a part of your practice, because as you go in life, we know that people are going to disappoint, people are going to hurt. You know, you still open the hurt, disappoint, whatever, but you have to have forgiveness as a part of your practice, and sometimes on a daily basis, because we encounter different people, and especially at today and everything that's going on, and it's just constantly a barrage of stuff, and people feel like they can say and do any and everything. So it's not getting caught up, but letting go and not giving away your power. Because as I said, forgiveness is not necessarily about the other person, but it's more about you taking back your power and you being able to move forward as well. So that is just a recap of what we've talked about all week long, and it's all about helping you to get back up, to begin again, or begin and finish strong. And when I said finish strong, was not about just necessarily finishing this year, because you know it is November, so happy November, but it isn't about just finishing the year strong, but it's about finishing in life strong. And what I mean by that is finishing by living, creating, and living your dream. That's what I mean by finish strong. So, and these are what I'm talking about as simple strategies that you need to do to help you stay on track and finish strong. And that concludes, like I said, creating your success framework. And that's what we wanted to talk about tonight. Are there any questions about tonight? So what I want to challenge you to do is, do you have a mindset practice? If so, post it below, post a comment below, or if you don't, create a mindset practice and let me know what it consists of. What is your mindset practice? Let me know what it consists of. Like I say, mine is consisting, before I even get up out of bed, before my feet touch the floor, I give thanks, gratitude. You know, gratitude is the right attitude to have. And it opens the door for you to receive so much more, and even more of what you already have or what you're thankful for. So having the attitude of gratitude is the right attitude. And I go through that, and that's, like I said, it's not just what I currently have in my life, but what I desire to have in my life. And I go say prayer, all before I even raise up and my feet touch the floor. Then when I get up is going through my belief statements, then focusing on an outcome, visualizing an outcome, not the why, not the how I'm going to make it happen, but visualizing that I've actually already accomplished that outcome that I'm desiring. An example would be, okay, I want to generate 10K. So an example, I want to generate 10K revenue in my business this month. And it's focusing on that outcome, focusing on I've got this 10K. I've generated this 10K. What am I going to do with this 10K? My feelings. Am I excited? Am I sharing this news with somebody? Whatever. But that's focusing on the outcome and then the listening time. So that was what I took the components of my daily mindset practice. So do you have a mindset practice? If so, post it below. Let me know what it consists of. If not, create one and then let me know. If you need help or questions about it, let me know. But all of those things should be a part of your success framework. So are there any other questions on anything that we've talked about tonight or any of the previous nights? If not, thank you guys, and we will see you on day 4, which is also about how to, we're going to be talking about eliminating overwhelm, because as you said, when you create your vision, and I talked about my workbook. It's a free resource, my workbook. It's a life mapping workbook that map out where you are and where you desire to be. And you look at that map, there's a gap there. Some people, that gap is a huge gap, and it can be overwhelming and frustrating and kind of depressing to think about the gap of where I am and where I desire to be. But what we're talking about tomorrow is how to eliminate that overwhelm when it comes to thinking about the gap of where you are and where you desire to be. So that's what we'll be talking about tomorrow, as well as, things you can do to eliminate that, and plans, tips and tools to help you eliminate that overwhelm, so that you don't just get caught up in like, oh, I got to go. I got so much more before I get to where I desire to go. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. So if there are no questions, thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow on Begin Again and Finish Strong. I'm sorry. So for day 4. So have a good night, as well as have an awesome and blessed day tomorrow. Thank you.